What's the biggest mistake rehabilitation professionals make? It isn't choosing the wrong exercise, and it isn't missing a diagnosis. It's not even progressing somebody too quickly. In my opinion, it's believing our job is to convince people to change, because the harder we try to convince, the more resistance we often create. And I know that because I used to do the same thing. Hi, I'm Jen Summers. I'm a sports massage therapist, coach, and sports injury rehabilitation student. Over the last few years, I've become fascinated by one question. Why do people know exactly what they need to do and still not do it? If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know we've already talked about why clients don't always do their exercises, and I introduced you to motivational interviewing. Today, I want to share the biggest mistake I think most of us make when we're trying to help people change, because I made it for years. When I first started working with clients, I thought my job was to convince people. If they weren't doing the exercises, I'd explain them again. If they still weren't doing them, I'd simplify them, and I'd print another program, I'd draw diagrams, I'd answer more questions, I'd give them more information, because I genuinely believe that if I could just explain things well enough, people would change. The problem is behavior doesn't work like that. Then one day I caught myself doing something. A client told me I haven't done the exercises, and before I'd even stopped to think, I was already coming up with solutions. Let's change them, let's make them easier. Could you fit them in before work? I was trying to solve the problem before I even really understood what the problem was. And that was just a bit of a wake-up call for me. What changed was, like, now when somebody tells me I haven't done the exercises, I try really hard not to jump straight into fixing. Instead, it's getting curious and like, what's actually stopping them? Are they frightened? Have they had a terrible week? Do they understand the exercises matters? Do they think that they'll make things worse? Do they even believe they'll work? Because every one of those barriers needs a completely different conversation. And unless I understand the barrier, then, ultimately I'm just guessing. So that for me is one of the biggest lessons behind motivational interviewing. It isn't about persuading people. It isn't even about having clever answers. It's about understanding the person sitting in front of you. Because once you understand what's really getting in their way, the conversation just completely changes. So the next time a client says, I haven't done my exercises, try resisting the urge to immediately fix it. Instead, pause, take a breath, and be curious. Go and, ask yourself, do I actually understand what's stopping this person? You might be surprised by what you actually hear. So if you've enjoyed watching this little series, you'll probably have noticed a pattern. Better rehabilitation isn't always about better exercises. Sometimes it's about better conversations. And if that's something you'd like to develop further, I've created a practical course on applied motivational interviewing, which focuses on real skills for rehab, healthcare, and coaching. And it's built around real consultations, practical examples, and communication skills that you can start using straight away. If you'd like to find out more, you'll find the link in the description below. And if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. I've got plenty more videos on rehabilitation, coaching, pain, and the psychology behind behavior change coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.